G'day guys. Well, this video is a little bit special to me, and the reason for that, back in 2016 I photographed my first ever nightscape panoramic MilkyWay image using my old D810A and Sigma Art 50mm f1.4 lens. Now I'm going to recreate that photograph using my Nikon Z7, which has been astro modified, and my Nikon 50mm f1.2S Z lens, hoping that my image comes out better than what it did back there in 2016, because if it doesn't, then that'll be a bit disappointing. But there's going to be a lot more technical stuff being done tonight, where I'm going to be using stacking, and I'm going to be shooting I don't know how many photographs, so it could be a pretty big image. And also back in 2016 when I shot my first Milky Way photograph, I guess a lot has changed. I was using I was just using the base ISO of, like, say 64, I think it was 6400 at f1.4, and I was using a Gigapan pan and tilt head to shoot my massive panoramic, which I don't really. I like the fact. I like the Gigapan in terms of how I could use it back then, but I didn't like the battery life in it. The battery life in that thing sucked. So I'm going to be using my Genie Mini 2 pan and tilt head for this setup, and yeah, it's going to be a little bit more technical, a little bit more different. But let's hope I can walk away with a really cool Milky Way Pano nightscape image. Well, our 60 photographs are completed now for our sky. Or are they? Actually, to tell you the truth, I am about halfway through shooting those frames, and the reason for that is that I've had a glitch. Minor, major, we'll just have to wait and see. But what that glitch was is the Syrup Genie Mini 2 pan and tilt head, the tilt action of it, motor overloaded. So there was too much weight on the arm itself, that it felt like, hey, it's too much weight, I'm not going to work. And that kind of stuffed up everything, because the Genie kept going ahead as if it was, no, just shoot normal. And I was monitoring that on the iPad as it was going through. However, all it was doing was going back and forth. It wasn't going up. So I've had to quickly try and add in another panoramic to add in that top part that it should have shot, which has made things really difficult because the Milky Way has dipped down a bit since then. So fingers crossed, I've pretty much got in and noticed it quick enough to then adjust things, and we hopefully still have a completed panoramic of the sky shot. This image, I tell you what, is probably one of the hardest images I've ever had to shoot, but it's the most simplest when it comes to composition. Oh, I don't know. This has never happened to me before, ever. So a bit of drama tonight with this nightscape pano, and I will let you know on a little secret. And you may have noticed at the very start of the video that I had my twin Rasses in the car as well. I was going to set them up because I wanted to just try out a couple of things. However, it's getting a little bit late in the night now because of all this sort of stuff that's been happening, and I've still got to go and shoot the foreground section as well of my panoramic. Whew. So fortunately I can't get the twins out tonight, which sucks because I love getting those twins out. Anyway, yeah, let's just see how this these panels here turn out, and we'll get cracking on the foreground. Alright, we're ready to shoot our foreground, and I've had to go back and reset up my pano for my foreground shot because of that stuff up with my sky. Fingers crossed that goes together. We won't know it until I get home and edit. So for you guys watching, you won't know until I put up the finished video. Who knows? Maybe this video won't even go up. I got no idea. What a night. Anyway, my foreground is ready to shoot. I'm shooting 42 panels for that, and that's more than what I originally had, because I originally had 60 panels all up for this pano. So 42 all up. Now my settings for this are going to be f2.8, and I'm going to focus on each row that I shoot. So I'm just going to change my aperture to f2.8 from f1.2, and the reason for that is that I want my focus depth of field not as shallow as f2.8. Now my exposure time, I'm going to be shooting 30-second exposures for my foreground, and that's going to let in a lot of really good light, and clean up the foreground and make it really nice. So yeah, this isn't the traditional way of shooting just one shot every shot and that's it. This is I guess trying to really push everything I've learned over the duration of nightscape photography from my first image. And to be honest with you, I almost think my first image that I shot in 2016 is going to trump this. Oh my god. Anyway, so we'll shoot this and we'll see how it turns out.